Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the antidote to lockdown boredom. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions. What the hell are you doing? And I can't find... Wait there. I can find, and with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them. You're aware, right, MathPig, that no one knows who you are? Today we've got with... Look at this guy.
I go out with this one.
Okay. Didn't know I was above you.
You're always above him.
Man doesn't on bottom for once.
Today we have got with us, we've got B. We have got Amanda. Ms. Dark Matter Dave. We've got Suzy.
Hey guys.
We've got Godless Granny. And we got MathPig / Robbie / Twisted Firestarter.
I'm in a box. Look, I'm in a box. I'm in a box.
This is me in a nutshell. I'm in a nutshell. I can't get out. Who thought of putting this nutshell here?
That was a really bad accent. Don't do it again.
You're right. I am the worst. When I try to sound Jamaican, I sound German. Like when I try to sound British, I sound American. It's just the worst.
That's okay. When I try to do Australian, I sound like a pirate. So, I don't know why.
The accents they do in Skyrim are pretty bad.
In Skyrim.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, they make up for it by their wonderful scenery, though. You're like, wow, the scenery is really fucking me up. I don't even care that you sound like a Jamaican leprechaun. It's really fun.
It's cheaper. Right, our first question today. Question 823. Besides eating cereal with water, what is the most outrageous eating sin you have ever witnessed?
Pineapple and pizza.
Oh, we're not getting started on that topic.
Yeah, we are.
I hate
it. Pineapple on pizza.
I like pineapple on pizza.
Actually, any
Pineapple and jalapenos.
Jalapenos are delicious.
Uh-huh.
Granny, come on. Jalapenos.
Granny just lost a star.
I was drinking Buckfast for 3 days straight one time. And I
Sorry, go ahead.
I drank Buckfast for 3 days straight one time, lost all taste buds, and had a banana. I had a sandwich with chicken spread and onions.
That doesn't sound that bad.
Horrible.
Oh,
I mean, chicken spread is pretty horrid in its own right, but...
That doesn't sound terrible, though.
No, that's what I mean. It's not...
I couldn't tell you what it tasted like. I had no taste buds.
You should have just eaten cardboard.
You can technically really nourish yourself if you've got no taste buds.
Well, no, just after drinking Buckfast for 3 days, you don't have any taste buds left.
Okay, well.
How about brain cells?
And brain cells.
They've just gone on
Very few
holiday.
of those.
What about ketchup on macaroni and cheese?
Say that again?
What on macaroni and cheese?
People put here in Canada. People put ketchup
Cold or hot?
on macaroni and cheese.
See, that's what Natty says. Ketchup on mac and cheese.
It's
Cold or hot?
Sorry.
Hot.
If it's cold the next day, leftover, it actually tastes better than with ketchup. But if you heat it up, then you can't do the ketchup.
Ketchup is just a glorified tomato and salt product. It's.
Yes?
No, actually, it's an unglorified tomato and salt product.
Oh yeah, okay.
And sugar.
13, it is, but.
It's the bottom of the barrel, Suzy.
Ketchup. Nobody else eats anything else.
Nerdy is being provocative and says
Amanda?
people pretending animal meat is food.
No, Dave's ignoring me. It's fine.
I haven't got to you yet.
Yeah,
That's
what
the
about
question.
Dave?
And Jer says, if you say beer can with a British accent, it sounds like you're saying bacon with a Jamaican accent. Beer can.
Yeah, bacon.
Oh yeah.
Bacon.
Suzy does that all the time.
Speaking of accents, there's a clip on AFV where this girl has such a heavy Southern accent. She's like 6 years old, that when she says Taco Bell and Cracker Barrel, they sound exactly the same.
Taco Bell.
She's, I like Taco Bell, but I don't like Cracker Barrel.
There is actually, okay, hold on, what is it? There's this YouTube video of this person filming their cat, and the cat's like eating, and they're panning out, and it's right by the fridge, and it's like, well, hi there. Like the cat literally sounds like he's like saying like in a Southern accent, well, hi there. And you watch the cat doing this, you're like, that's gotta be like a voiceover or something, but it literally is the cat just being like, fuck you in a Southern accent.
I've seen lots of huskies saying I love you. Huskies can say I love you very easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cats basically want to us.
Natty says, ketchup on anything other than hot dogs, shame on you. So apparently she hates ketchup with a passion. Sandy says, I ate cereal with a screwdriver, as in orange juice and vodka.
Okay, I like you.
Wow.
Elena gets curry chips and then dips her curry chips in red sauce, tomato ketchup, and then eats them.
What are curry chips? Like, I know your guys' chips are like fries, right? Like, our chips are like...
Imagine chunky fries with curry sauce poured all over the top of them and then dipping them in tomato ketchup.
I think it's the curry sauce she's got a problem with.
No!
She likes it. She calls it
Cover them up
spicy
with
chips.
ketchup.
It's the ketchup I have a problem with, not the curry. The curry sounds delicious. The ketchup is what I have a
She
problem
calls it spicy chips. She's like, I want spicy chips. And then you get her the curry chips and then she dips them in red sauce. It's like, okay.
with. No. You're like, oh, you just fucked it up. Like,
I don't even like
Are
curry.
you even mine?
Santi says, Cubans eat bananas with everything. Rice, beans, meat, it's disturbing. Bananas or plantains?
I'm not a fan of like kidney beans, black beans. What do you call those little lima beans? Whatever. I love green beans, but that's like the
You don't
only
have
bean
baked beans? Heinz baked beans
I
in
do not like
tomato
baked
sauce.
That's not a big thing here, but I don't like it either way.
In
You
baked
wouldn't
bean
survive
juice.
at my house.
What? Sorry.
Lima beans
I
are
said you would-
disgusting.
You wouldn't survive
Sorry,
at my
Grandma.
house. I have vegetarians, and we eat black beans, pinto beans. Lima beans are one of my daughter's favorite, and but green beans are the one thing she doesn't like, and so
That's
we
quite
eat
funny.
lots of beans, but not a lot of green beans.
See, I don't mind the taste of most beans, but I don't like the texture of a lot of them.
You're right, exactly, David. I don't like the texture. It's like mushrooms. I don't like the texture of it. It's not necessarily how it tastes. It's just not appealing to me. And the fact that it's not appealing to me, automatically I'm not gonna like it. Like, I may like the taste of it, but if I know in my brain that I'm eating something that I just don't like the look of, I'm automatically gonna hate it.
Mm.
My answer to the question would be gummy bears on bubblegum ice cream at Baskin Robbins. If you're going to Baskin Robbins, I saw a child order this, and I'm thinking, why would you waste a good trip for Baskin Robbins and get gummy bears on bubblegum ice cream?
Yeah, that's not something I would order personally also.
No. Manda!
You were talking about water and cereal. You know, Angel pours his milk in the bowl first and then puts the cereal on top of it, and that makes me very angry.
I don't like that either. You're right. That's a piss off. That's like an OCD.
But there is an advantage. I do that with some cereals. Right, because it lets you put the exact right amount of cereal in for the quantity of milk that you want.
But also, if your cereal's in the bowl first, you get contact with the milk and the cereal all first. You don't have to like dunk your cereal underneath the milk.
No, I agree. I mean, most cereal I would do milk on top.
don't see why it. How? You know what? Okay. Whatever you say. I'm pretty sure he does it now on purpose because he knows it pisses me off. Though, because like he actually like filmed himself doing it one night and sent it to me on my phone. Why would he do it if not just to make it up?
Do you think your son screws with you?
Oh, I know he does. It's his favorite pastime. So
Right, I need contact details for him. If he's willing to go out of his way to fuck with you, I need to give him some ideas.
you're his new best friend, is that right?
Dave has plans.
Dave is pretty good at it, so. But my brother used to put chocolate sauce in his scrambled eggs. I don't know why.
That's not even right.
Yeah.
All right.
Santi eats avocado with sugar. And Natty puts soda pop on Lucky Charms. What?
They're my Lucky Charms.
That's insane. B.
Probably cat wrangling.
Oh, she probably
Yeah.
cat ran away. There we go. In which case, we shall move on to the next one.
Ran in there.
Hmm?
B, you there? There you are.
Mission successful.
Oh, very
What's
good.
the question?
Oh, yay.
What's the question? Right. Besides eating cereal with water, what is the most outrageous eating sin you have ever witnessed?
Oh, we're still on that one.
Yes. We're just waiting for your answer.
Okay. Peanut butter mayonnaise banana sandwich with pickles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, whilst I agree with that, I have a question to ask. Right. And given that you're all
What?
here, what the fuck is with peanut butter and jelly? Or jam?
Oh my god, it's
It's
so
delicious.
I hate peanut butter.
tried it?
Period. Will not eat it.
No, you see, because they're two different foods. They are. You have a peanut butter sandwich, or you have a jam sandwich.
Why do you guys hate peanut butter so much, by the way?
It's too sweet for me.
Yeah.
I don't even like.
Don't hate peanut butter. Peanut butter's all right.
I don't eat sweets at all. Like I don't eat cakes. I don't eat pies. I don't eat ice cream, chocolate, nothing. And peanut butter is so sweet. Like, and I especially hear people. I know people put like peanut butter on celery. What is that all about? Like, what?
That's to give it some
You
flavour.
have to make like
Because
rabbit
that's
food.
the only way celery is edible.
Celery is delicious with ranch.
I said to Amanda one time, I'm having a banana sandwich, and she goes, "Well, what did you put on it?" And I goes, "Well, banana. Did you not put peanut butter on it?" No, that's not a banana sandwich.
Who the fuck
No,
just
that's a
eats
peanut butter
sandwich
banana
with
sandwich.
peanut butter or with just bananas in it?
Just banana.
Yeah,
just
banana
a
sandwich. You slice a banana onto a sandwich.
You know what's good?
I'm gonna
Peanut butter,
rename her
banana,
Houdini.
and bacon. That shit is delicious.
No!
Bacon is good on anything. I don't care what anybody.
No!
Not
What's
true.
wrong
Put
with
chocolate
you?
In your potato. You put white chocolate in your spuds, Amanda. It's official.
You
It's-
have not tried it. I know.
Because chocolate
That sounds
doesn't go in
disgusting.
spuds.
Fucking trust me, it is amazing. It's not like
White
a bunch of it. You
Chocolate
just
isn't
put-
even chocolate. It's fake.
You just put a couple squares in, you let it melt, you mix it into a big thing of mashed potatoes, and it adds this just little tiny touch of sweetness and flavor. It doesn't taste chocolatey or anything like that. Not the.
What about
Yelling?
Russian rye bread? That has chocolate in it.
Yes.
But they're probably wrong
No.
too.
You not
Haven't
fucking
eaten that
knock it
either.
until
It's
you
just-
try it.
How can you
Making
try
me
it?
yell
It's
about
wrong.
mashed
It
fucking
is
potatoes
wrong.
at 8 o'clock in the morning.
It is wrong on a philosophical level.
What about mole sauce?
On a Phyllis.
What?
Mole sauce. It's Mexican. It's
Yeah,
a common
mole
sauce.
sauce.
It's got chocolate in it, and it's a savory sauce. It's not sweet.
It's disgusting.
There we go. You
tried it.
see.
Okay, sorry, what is it called? Sorry.
Mole.
I tried it in
M-O-L-E.
Mexico.
Okay,
Mm.
that's like a very
Mole.
Spanish
Disgusting.
thing. Yeah, it doesn't. Like we don't have the Spanish stuff up here as much. as like the States. Like I'm in Canada, if anybody didn't know, but it's mostly French and like English up here. We don't have like really much cultural. You would think we've got cultural difference because we've got so many cultures here, like so many diverse cultures here. But I guess they just try to melt them all into one pot. I don't know.
Jenny says, Critical Cripple, no PB&J, you are banned from the North American continent. To which Ricardo responds, since you're bringing that up, what the fuck is with the fish and chips thing? Well, that's what you meant to have with fish. Chips.
Hate
And
fish.
mushy peas. Fish
And
chip.
malt vinegar.
No, mushy peas
When
are
I
not very
was-
nice.
When I was a triathlete, I ate a lot of PB&J because I could stick a sandwich in the back pocket of my bike jersey. And, when you're on an 8-hour race, you need something to eat.
And plus, it's just a staple of like growing up in America. You know, it's like freaking Australians and their Vegemite. Everybody loves
They're
it.
crazy.
There, so.
Oh yeah, that's fucking what do you call him?
Yeah.
Boris Johnson come out on fucking TV and was like, "Oh, we're opening trade agreements with Australia. We get to have Vegemite now." And it's like, "Oh,
Run away! Nerdy says, chocolate potatoes, these Americans are crazy. Natty says, your face is wrong on a philosophical level. Right, I think we'll go to the next question.
Did you answer, Dave?
No, but I think I've given enough
Okay,
answers.
answer.
All right, let me think. Chocolate in mashed potato.
Are you now on crack or?
You're just mean.
Go with a big no.
I've known people that have just cut up onions and put them on bread, just layers of
I
onions
hate
and
onions.
just
I
eating.
fucking hate
I
onions
think,
so
just give me a
much.
sec. I think I know someone that would probably be happy with that. Yes?
Damn it, Kaz.
onions are fantastic.
Right. Marmite is evil, and full stop. Right, next question.
Come here, baby.
Question 824. What is the most amazing thing that you have ever witnessed but not participated in?
Cheese roll.
What?
Does it have to be witnessed live?
Oh no. Don't go there, Manda.
I think
You're
so.
going down the porn route, right?
But Manda's gonna go there anyway.
He wasn't that impressive, Manda.
Manda doesn't give a shit.
No. Well,
No,
Dave,
I think it's going to have to be witnessed live. Otherwise, you can pick from virtually everything that's happened in human history that we've got a recording of.
the last NASA shuttle launch. Then
A good answer.
I still have a
The fact-
ticket for it in the other room.
The fact that you were a NASA shill at the time means you were in some way connected to it.
She's got a fucking flight jacket. Like, that's insane, you guys.
I know you should see the photo of her wearing it.
Yes, you should.
I know, that's what everybody keeps telling me.
I've been trying and trying. Trust me, I've been working on it.
And so it must be good.
Nerdy says, the most amazing thing I have witnessed, but not participated in, is somebody putting chocolate on potatoes.
It's not like you put it like cover. You just put two little squares and the whole thing. Fuck you guys, okay?
Jenny says the moon landings. Natty says an orgy.
Wait,
Oh, I knew that was gonna come up
you were there
somewhere.
live for the moon landings, but you didn't participate in them. That doesn't make any sense.
She watched it live.
I know, but you said you couldn't be something you like. You had to be actually physically there for it. That was the rule.
No, Dave said, what's one thing that was like super remarkable that you didn't participate in, that you saw?
Yeah,
Witnessed.
And I asked, do you have to be there live? Because I was going to go with
I know.
some porn.
I think you do. I'm struggling.
You have to settle for the shuttle launch.
Well, that's cooler than anything I've even witnessed. So,
Yeah, you have to have seen it live. Is the point?
See? Will you fucking make up your mind?
yeah,
Well, I'm waring on where it is. Is the point? But I think you could have witnessed it by not being there, but you have to have been live with no delay, no nothing.
Okay.
all right. Well, then mine would be 9/11. I
That's
witnessed
good.
it, but I wasn't there.
For me, something that I was there for would be a political rally for Ronald Reagan. He wasn't president yet, but he came to the university where I was a student, and they let all the students come on the floor, and that was kind of fun. So yeah, I saw Ronald Reagan.
That's
How does that compare to Trump?
Oh gosh, night and day. I'd take Reagan over Trump any day.
I mean, the racism.
Well, you know, the intelligence level
is. Yeah.
At least he's
Not really.
At least he's not trying to get rid of. He didn't try to get rid of the Constitution.
Yeah.
Trump's
Right.
not trying to get rid of it. He just completely ignores it.
like I said.
yeah. He's just Well, you
There we
have
go.
to kind of accept that when you elect a businessman to run the country.
Con man. Businessman has got to do successfully in
Yeah.
business.
Con man, not a businessman. Different things.
Well, aren't they one and the same?
No, not necessarily.
But I mean, he's like obviously.
No, there's
I mean,
there's
I would
plenty of
accept
businessmen out
if
there
you want.
that
If you want to
don't
go.
normally hear about.
If you want to go down the businessman route, I would accept failed businessmen.
Okay, well,
Thank you. Agreed.
Jenny says, "I was
Boy,
outside
this
looking
turned
at."
dark quickly.
It did, didn't it? Looking at the moon during Apollo 15 landing. Santi says, "I saw it live this one time. I heard a bounce, bounce, pop. It was amazing."
I wonder what the hell he's talking about.
No clue.
well,
Absolutely
it's so
not.
It's so funny, like, so at the cabin where, like, my family and I reside, like, in the summers usually, we've got a log cabin and there's no plumbing, so it's, like, literally just a bucket that you, like, basically shit or piss in, whatever. And so, the moon, like, not the moon landing, but they had, like, just shot up, like, recently, like, some sort of rocket into space. And then anyway, so my cousin Matt went into the cabin and like everybody was sleeping at this point, and he dropped like this massive deuce, and you could hear it like halfway across like the field because everything carries over there. And like my Auntie Judy was still in her lawn chair, like kind of drinking outside, and she's like, "Holy fuck! Was that the moon, or was that the shuttle or whatever?" And we're all like, "No, that was your son taking a massive shit in the fucking cabin." She was like looking up. Oh my god, this.
What the hell?
Yeah, Auntie Judy is kind of slow.
Right, MathPig.
Manda wearing the jacket.
I'd like to do that too.
How about something you were there for?
I've seen it, but me. I feel like I'm
No,
I haven't
he's the
seen
only
it.
one that's seen it,
I'm the only one that's seen it.
and nobody would know.
Yeah,
about
no
it
one else
if
has
he
seen
hadn't
it,
brought it up
Suzy.
first.
Oh, okay.
She's
I
not
was
even
like,
fully. She's not dressed. We haven't seen it. We're
Wait
just
there.
teasing her about it.
Was I
We
not meant to
want
tell
to
her,
see
Robbie?
Pardon?
Was I not meant to tell her?
What do you mean? You see, this is you just digging fucking, turn Dave. You just turn Dave.
See, I would have shared it with Bea by now, but I don't have a copy of it anymore. I erased it from my
Well,
Well, if
phone.
Robbie sends a copy to me, I'll
Because
send it straight on to B.
Okay.
I could send it to B if I needed to. That would
That's,
be
it's
all
okay.
right.
I like to be an intermediary in these things.
Okay.
No.
No.
This is why the best friend
Dave,
group should just be the call.
No, Dave.
call
You can't handle the
group
truth,
now.
Dave.
Go on. What's the most amazing thing you've ever witnessed?
Who?
B.
Who?
Oh.
Oh. I mean, this is kind of messed up, but a lot of rescue crews and stuff rushing into a car accident was pretty. I've seen a couple times where it was pretty organized, and like really, I don't know, just to see all those, ambulances and fire trucks and police come up and jump out and start helping people, and it's pretty amazing. They literally will just jump into a car that's on fire. They don't care. They'll just try to save anybody they can. So I think that's probably the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like in person.
It's pretty amazing. Sometimes humanity, like
Oh.
what they're like. Just some people though, like where they're willing to go to rescue somebody else, even though they don't even know them. It really does like kind of restore your faith in humanity.
Oh, Dave, I did see a Pepsi truck was coming up the road, and there was a car accident in the right two lanes, and he couldn't go to the left. And he went off on the shoulder, and he ended up going down a slight embankment, and then there was like the embankment went down probably 8 or so feet at an angle, and then up a hill that they had cleared. You know how they clear them beside the highways.
Yeah.
And he went up there and spun around a whole tractor trailer, ended up facing down, and then just pulled out of it. I don't even know how. I don't know how.
This is more power. Jenny says, I witnessed a crash at Road America that destroyed almost 2 million or 2 billion worth of vintage race cars. No, 2 million.
Oh God!
Just watch it going
want to
would
be that asshole.
What the fuck is Road America?
I'm guessing something to do with vintage cars. But that's a hunch.
Sorry.
Natty has an answer on there that reminded me of something else I've seen that was really, really amazing. Natty says a turtle penis is as big as its body. He's right. I once saw 2 giant tortoises mating at the zoo. That was amazing.
Oh, don't mention giant tortoises and Dave. You'll make him hungry.
Oh, okay.
They're apparently very tasty. Because that's what Natty says, turtles having sex
With
at the zoo.
cheese.
No!
Yes.
They ruin everything!
Lots and lots of cheese.
It was funny. My 2 older daughters were with me, and they were like 5 and 7 at the time, and the younger one goes, "The big turtle is hurting the little turtle."
What did it sound
Yes,
like?
me. It's not. Oh gosh, it was so loud you could hear it across the entire zoo. Yeah, we kept hearing this sound, and we were wondering what it was until we got to it.
Wow.
Dave searches for turtle porn on his.
I've heard it before. It's
You've seen turtle porn before?
no, I've seen
Probably
turtles
has.
having sex. They make a hell of a lot of noise.
I think we killed Suzy.
Yep.
I mean, they're not as bad as
Sorry.
foxes. Foxes are worse.
So what was that? I was laughing too hard at what Amanda said. Go ahead.
What did Manda say?
Said we broke you.
Oh. Music Collector says Dave Deep Throat. You have not seen that. Very few people have.
Actually,
I can count on my hand the number of people.
When pelicans get too hot, they can take their spinal cords and like put them in their mouth, like dislocate themselves on and like cool off. Has anybody seen that?
No.
Really?
Yes.
And their spinal cords
Yes,
like, come
I
out.
have.
Ooh.
I've seen a
Like,
video of it. It's really weird.
That
It
sounds
is
really
weird. It's crazy how things adapt like that. Like, why can't any other bird do that? Why is it just pelicans?
Because they got big
God
bills.
loves them
They're
more.
hot birds.
Yeah.
Right, Aunt Jer says, slugs having sex. Amazing / horrifying. MathPig then has a real answer that he didn't say. Seeing Metallica live the second time.
See?
I was 3 rows from the front.
That was just a different answer.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't believe you. I think that's your real answer. I think you're under the
My
thumb.
real answer. My real answer. I cannot discuss on screen.
Why not? I don't mind.
Truth comes out. Here we go.
Will I mind?
Yes.
It's because it doesn't involve her, isn't it?
No.
Santi says, I watched a full fight between a spider and a wasp. It was brutal. I'm behind on the chat. How far
I've
behind
seen a
am
whole
I?
fucking beehive trying to attack wasps when they're trying to get into it. They really don't fucking leave. They kill.
Right, then they got to talking about penises. Turtle penises and duck penises.
Duck penises are corkscrews.
Yeah, they're weird.
And they've
Are
got the
they
wrong
actually?
thread.
Yes.
Like rubbery white corkscrews.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Right, okay, I have a question. I have an
Really
important
long,
question.
too.
Excuse me! Why have you been studying duck penises?
This is
I
just
grew up on a
something that-
farm.
It's just
I've
something
seen the
that
penis of
came up
every
a lot
animal.
on Six Pack for a while. I don't know
Is that
why.
what put you
I
off?
think it's the StreamYards thing. Just because of the stupid duck head in the StreamYard.
It's
So
always
we
in the corner.
like started discussing dicks one day, and then it went to duck dicks, and I don't fucking know. Drunk Australians, I don't know.
Natty says, ooh, one time I saw a raccoon dig a severed hand out of a dumpster in East Cleveland. That was amazing, I'm not sure. Cleveland sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
It is. Ah,
Especially the ghetto part of it.
right. Has anyone not answered? No, good, right.
You? Have you answered?
Me, I can't remember anything.
Yeah, Dave, have you answered?
No, I literally cannot think of anything.
Like,
Nope.
what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think the most amazing thing I ever saw?
Nothing.
Oh.
By the way, I'm Dave. I have memory problems.
The most
I'm sorry, I
amazing
forgot
thing
your name.
remember is what you remember.
How about that lovely video compilation we put together for you?
That was quite
You
cool.
liked that?
I wouldn't say it was amazing, though.
We nearly got you, Gray. We nearly got you to
No,
cry.
we did. You fucking teared up and oh my god.
I gotta watch this video. Is it on YouTube?
Yeah,
on
it was,
MathPig's channel.
It's on
Yeah.
MathPig? Okay.
It was
cool.
during Dave's birthday bash. We had
It's a. Yeah, it says Dave's birthday
James
bash. Really,
Q
you can't miss it.
I only recall. I only recall 2 people crying on that stream.
Yeah, who?
Saying nothing.
It doesn't matter because whenever I did it, I was
Dave
muted
and Manda.
OBS and nobody heard
What
me.
you can say will be used against you.
I was muted for the last 40 minutes on OBS, so you didn't hear anything of me. So
I absolutely loved the start of the Richard stream this week.
why?
Because you were muted.
Oh yes.
I hate it when that
You gotta
happens.
tell us beforehand if you're fucking with him. Though. We can
Oh,
all
it's
play
obvious I'm
along.
fucking with him if you can hear him.
Wait, you know, you're old. You could just be deaf, Dave. You are what, 57 now?
52.
52.
It keeps going up higher and higher.
Going up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
every weekend it's like, what are you, 70? And then next weekend it's like, what are you, 84? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I want to know whether or not Peter actually thought I was 52.
I think he did.
Yeah.
And then he tried to play it off like, oh no, of course, right. But
oh my god, you guys are making me laugh so much.
Right.
Welcome
Moving
to
on.
Critical Crest.
Right, exactly, man. I like
This is the point.
Drink.
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 Question 825. What was your worst work-related screw-up?
Oh God, what wasn't my worst work-related screw-up?
Oh, that one's easy.
Go on.
When I worked at the feed mill, we used to, so we had grates in the ground, and they were pits for the trucks to dump bulk ingredients in. And so I have a guy outside, and he's communicating with me on a radio, and the driver goes out and tells the guy he's ready, which the guy thinks I'm ready to dump the ingredients. And the ingredients was limestone.
Mm-hmm.
And we because of a lack of, well, it was kind of him, but because of a lack of communication, we dumped 48,000 pounds of limestone into soybean meal.
Oh my God.
And the company lost thousands of dollars that day, and we had to like try to dump all the soybean meal out from underneath the limestone, and we lost like 8,000 pounds of limestone and about 10,000 pounds of soybean
Why did
meal
you
that
lose
day.
Why did you lose the limestone? The limestone was recoverable.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
have been.
but you have to sort it out, Dave, because when you're making feed, it has to be so much of a certain ingredient,
Oh, yeah.
and they go by weight.
Fair enough.
So the weight of the soybean meal is a lot lighter and fluffier, so you have to use more of it than you think compared to the limestone. And if you put too much limestone into because it's little tiny pieces of rock, if you put too much in, it'll kill the chickens. And then you lose like houses worth of chickens.
Eep.
Which each one, by the time they're an adult, is worth about $25 to $30. And then there's like 300,000 in a house. It's huge houses. So
Doesn't
yeah,
sound
you can like literally cost millions of dollars in one day if you do something wrong.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So
Manda.
yeah, I got my ass chewed.
I
Wasn't really my fault, but you know.
Just to say, if Manda screws up at work, does the earth not, like, are we fucked?
we
Yeah,
all fucking
We're
die.
fucked anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
Fact.
it was a paper that I had published once that there was one paragraph that I, forgot to convert the Fahrenheit to Celsius, but I still put Celsius. So, but it was actually in Fahrenheit, and yeah, it was that was fucked up. Not bad. So.
The only thing man is really fucked up on is the paper.
Yeah.
I know, that's like a really serious answer. I know everybody else is like, oh,
fuck.
fucked up, and she's so serious.
Jenny says, I blew up a customer's motor in a 1974 BMW 2002. I don't understand that. Maybe in 2002. Cost me $6,000 to build a new one. Was my shop, my pockets.
Mine's somewhat similar,
Oops.
but not really. It's about cars. I used to run a body shop. It was like a ma and pa shop, and like Luke, the owner of it, was usually in the shop doing shit. So I was in charge of like all the ordering of parts and what vehicles we took in and writing up work orders and stuff. So we had 2 identical fucking vehicles in the shop. They were same year, same color, same brand, same, series, whatever. And, but one was in for like this side and one was in for this side. So, we brought this car in, and I wrote up the work order and gave it to like the technicians, the body shop technicians, because we're repairing vehicles. And so they did all the work that I told them to do, but just on the wrong side. Like I had put like left side this, left side that, but it was like the right side the entire time. So we wasted all that labor, all those parts, all the refinishing time, and my boss just came up to me. He's like, "So what happened?" And I'm like, was I fucking high? I don't know, but how could this happen? I honestly, and I was just like, how could this happen? Because I'm very detail oriented, and I'm like, and I just, for like days after that, I was like kicking myself in the head. I'm like, and so we just replaced this guy's complete left side, and it was perfectly fine. But also, it's not completely my fault. I mean, if the guys were really looking at what they were working on...
That's what I was going to say. Why didn't they go, there's nothing wrong with this vehicle?
Yeah.
I mean,
What kind of idiots are in a body shop?
I'm culpable for it. It's my responsibility too. Like, I should have known. But whatever. I mean...
Same.
It is what it is. And fuck, like, my boss would just... He wasn't pissed off. You know that disappointed look they give you? Where it's like, I expected more, but whatever. And you're just like, okay, I'm just going to kill myself now. Like, fuck. Like,
Yeah. I'll be in the closet crying.
Granny.
What about you, Granny?
This didn't hurt anyone except me. It was extremely embarrassing. I was preparing some documents for court, and I was working for an organization, and I had decided to resign from the organization. And when I was assembling this document, my resignation was on my desk, and I accidentally got the resignation into the court document, and then went into court and distributed it to everyone. And then went and testified. And it wasn't until my testimony when I opened up the document to look at something that I saw that my resignation was attached to the document.
Oh!
Oh my God.
Here's my case, and I quit.
That's all you can do.
Santi says...
Just wanted to let the entire court know.
So what did happen then?
Damn.
After that happened?
I died of embarrassment.
So what happened? I died.
Actually, what happened was my supervisor pulled it off of her copy, then collected all the copies, made copies of her copy, and redistributed it.
Just taking like by every means possible, like to save their asses.
Mm-hmm.
Santi says,
And the
I dropped...
supervisor found out 12 to 24 hours too early that you were resigning.
What do you even say?
Did your resignation have anything to do with the case?
No, it had nothing to do with the case.
No, Your Honor, I had already expected to leave the country by now.
I didn't want to have to lie under oath and perjure myself. Now you've made me do it, so I'm resigning.
Speaking of perjuring yourself, I had an incident that almost, but it actually didn't come up, but it almost came up. I was in a hearing just a week ago, and most judges, when they administer the oath, they ask, will you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And they leave it there. But this judge added, so help you God. And I'm going, there's a good chance I'm going to be testifying in this hearing, and I really don't want to swear to a non-existent entity. What do I do?
Yeah, exactly. So what did you say anything?
Well, what I did was at the lunch break, I said something to my supervisor. I said, is there any way you can get to the judge's JA and ask the judge, not to tack that on? Because I really don't want to swear to that. And they weren't sure that they could get a hold of the judge's assistant. So they said, just when the judge says, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Just say I do before he can get anything else out.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I do.
Like, yeah, I do. Don't even.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's good.
Well,
Santi says, I dropped oil-based
but
paint.
Granny, you bring up like a really good point. Like, what are people who don't believe in that supposed to say? Like, you can't lie under oath, but how can you take an oath in something that you don't believe in?
Well, the oath is technically
well,
invalid.
It's lying. Like, that's...
Technically, it's not lying because I mean, if he had said "so help you pink unicorns," if you swore on pink unicorns that you're going to tell the truth, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't mean anything.
But if anything, it does invalidate it. Because it makes it meaningless.
Exactly. Which is why I didn't want to swear to it, because it is meaningless.
Yeah, like you could swear to like the system or the country, but if you're swearing to like something that you don't believe in, how legit really is it? It's like kind of like a technicality in a way, I guess.
Well, that's why most judges have dropped it, and I was really surprised that this judge was still using it.
Okay, so they dropped it. Wow, that's good for them then. So when was that, if you don't mind me asking?
Last week.
Just
Okay.
happened.
But actually, I ended up not testifying because the hearing was supposed to be on a minor matter. We went from 8:30 in the morning, and at 5:30 in the evening, we still weren't done. The judge was getting really ticked, and so the attorney just decided to stop where he was before he ticked off the judge anymore for taking up too much time.
Probably a good idea.
Yes.
I expected to hear this of like, yeah, I know, like back when I was like in my 30s or 40s. Like, wait, you're only like what, 50 maybe? Not
I'm
even?
59.
Oh, okay. Well, so I was gonna say like in her 40s or whatever, but she's like, okay, so here she is, like, wow. So okay, crazy. But anyways, I totally forgot what I was going to say because I immediately thought of like my mom passed away at 60 and she did not look as.
I know. I have always looked way younger than I am. It was a serious problem when I was young, but now it's nice.
Right.
What were we even talking about though? Seriously, like I'm asking.
Well, the oath in court, swearing to a deity that you're going to tell the truth. And yeah, it was just last week that I was asked to swear.
Right. And
I didn't get asked because I didn't end up going to the stand. I was supposed to, but they ended up not bothering with my testimony because
it dragged on like all day and everybody wanted to get out of there, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's trust her. She looks.
What about Amanda and MathPig? Did they answer? Oh, Amanda did, but MathPig.
Amanda did. Just let me finish the chat. Right. Santi says, which I've just lost, I dropped oil-based paint, dark blue, on a wooden deck before we had a chance to stay in the wood. Oddly enough, I did something very similar on one of the tall ships. They had this beautiful deck, and I spilt a mix of paint and thinners onto the deck. It did not. They were not happy.
Yeah, you think?
I can imagine.
Santi said, also gave Pamela Anderson the shitty room in the hotel I worked at. She checked out like 5 minutes later. Yandir said, I almost made the boss mad because I almost messed up my hours. That doesn't seem like a major kind of screw up. Nerdy streaks through the chat screaming, Amanda covers MathPig's potato in chocolate.
Yeah, I don't know what
Is MathPig's potato a euphemism?
No. Oh, literally his potato.
Well, yeah. I mean,
eating too good, isn't it?
MathPig!
Fucking nerdy. You never know what he's gonna say.
Nothing like massive. I've ripped the fucking review or the side mirror off a lorry before on the forklift because everybody like, you'll not get that forklift through there, and I was like, you fucking watch, I will. Yeah, I got it through.
hold me beer.
But the lorry didn't have a fucking side mirror at the end of it.
Did you say hold me beer?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Right, I got two. Right? I got the only reason I've got two, I mean I've got lots, but I've got two because I've got one that's relatively boring and one that's more fun. But the boring one is a much bigger fuck up. I ran a call center, or I was the tech lead in a call center, which means I ran the call center. There was no bugger else there apart from the callers, and I needed to test one of the scripts. And what we usually do is we pop into the customer table and replace a customer's phone number with our own. Okay, so then the next time the dialer software comes up, it just phones me instead of the whomever, and the staff have no clue it's me that's testing it. Apart from the fact that I accidentally screwed up putting the a clause in when I updated it. So as opposed to updating a customer with my phone number, I updated every customer with my phone number. So I then had an entire call centre of, how many staff do we have in it? About 45 staff. Every single one of them phoning me then. So that was good.
Okay,
Yeah,
I've
good job.
been in a call center, and I would like tear away every single fucking server like there was there. Like after everybody started calling, that's everybody's
Daisy.
phone number to your phone.
Yeah. And our last backup was 24 hours prior. So that was fun as well, recovering that one. Anyway, I suppose the most fun fuck up, although it didn't do a huge amount of damage. I'm sitting there and I'm driving a forklift truck, and I think I don't need to put the forks down without thinking about it. So I left the forks about halfway up.
Mhm.
Right, but this was an expanding telescopic forklift, so the top of it was also 4 foot higher. And then I'm speeding along this warehouse at about 30 miles an hour, completely forgetting that the roller shutter at the end, well, you can only go through it with the forks down. So I basically toppled the forklift truck backwards.
Yeah, the wheels kept going, but you were staying
Yeah.
still.
That's made me think of a story. I was at work one time driving the work van up onto the ramp, and it's a 4-post so we can get underneath it, to work at it. And the guy's in front of me, and he's like, bringing it on, waving forward, and he's like, left a bit. No, go left a bit more. He drove that fucking van. He directed me off the fucking ramp. The fucking bastard. And we're about 3 foot up in the air with 2 wheels missing off the ramp, trying to lift the whole fucking van back up again before the thing tips. He did not help. He rolled about on the floor and laughed, and then blamed me. He was like, "What did you think? You can't keep going left that much." I was like, "I trusted you."
That is like the best
I
part.
trusted. I was
I
stupid
trusted
and
you.
I was wrong, but I trusted you.
Oh. Right, next question. Question 826. Is it okay for men and boys to comment on women and girls on the street?
Like what kind of commenting?
As equal as it is for the opposite side as well.
I'm willing to add that to the question. I already thought about adding that to the question. I thought I'll leave it at this and just then explain. Yes, okay. I assume the other way around as well.
Comments.
Say again? Well, we're assuming your traditional
Depends on the
We're assuming your traditional objectification type comments.
But are they saying
Then no.
it to the person? Are they saying it to each other? Are they saying it to themselves? Like,
They're saying it loud enough you can hear.
Then no.
So the person that they're objectifying can hear the objectification.
Yes.
yeah,
You know.
not. It could,
That's not an answer. That's a string.
Fucking data.
I mean, if it's like the typical construction worker nasty comments,
But now
I think there's nothing wrong with telling somebody they look good that day, or they're beautiful, or they're pretty, or whatever, as long as you're not making it condescending or sexually oriented to the point where you're making them uncomfortable.
100%.
So if you're just saying, "Oh my God, wow, look how beautiful she is," okay, well, if she's really hot, she's just gonna ignore it because she's heard it 5,000 times. And if she doesn't think she's hot, then you're just gonna make her feel better. But if you're like putting her down, then making sexual comments to the point of making somebody uncomfortable, I guess it would depend on the person walking by.
Well, it's just based on like what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, right? And like there is like a very fine line apparently nowadays too, especially. Well, Amanda's shaking her head.
not at you.
What,
No.
Amanda?
She's aiming not at me. She's aiming not at me. 'Cause I sent
Oh,
her-
okay. Well, I was gonna be like, okay, well, elaborate.
No, I sent her a message saying that she was beautiful to try and make her day, and she's like, no.
See, but like it's like that. Like Matt is the kind of girl. Like if I was a construction worker and she was passing the street, I'd be like, "Oh damn, fuck." Like,
Right, I know, right?
You know what I mean? Like, fuck. Like I wouldn't be like,
Yeah, baby,
damn,
what's
girl,
up?
like, look at that skirt. No, I wouldn't. I'd just be like, "Damn, like fuck, look at that." You know, like
I have the comments of.
I have a little more class than construction workers.
I titty fuck her, shit like that. You know, well,
Yeah,
it's usually
no,
oriented around my tits. So.
I'm all like,
Great.
no. Like I know what you mean though. I think every single person who like catcalls me on the street though, I'm such a bitch, and I just give them the fucking finger, and I'm like, "Fuck you," and they're like, "Fuck you too, bitch," and then I'm like,
Yeah, I never know how to. I just ignore them. I don't know.
I am though.
Yeah.
Susie's so sweet and personable.
I know. I just love people. They're
But
my
do you not
favorite.
find them intimidating?
Who intimidates? Anybody? No. Other than Beth's brother? Fuck no, nobody. And Manda too, to a certain degree. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, we need to do a test. We need to do a
All the rest of us are
test.
stupid.
I know. We need to do a test. We need Richard to catcall at her. And see how she responds.
No, because I.
Oh my god, he would never do that, even as a joke. I don't even know if he can make himself do that.
Anything, I'd be like, oh my god, okay, this is awkward as fuck.
Yes.
He would say something. He would say something like, "Hey, lady, you look
And
nice."
he'd be looking
Like
around
he
like,
could never
oh,
be
they
insulted.
And then he'd be like, by the way, this is no way of what I'm feeling. Like, actually, I just
Right.
like you were
Explain
talking,
the whole
like,
thing.
this is not what I actually think. Like,
I have to say it.
Know
Are you
that
ready
they're
now?
making me
I have to
and
say
I don't
this.
mean a word of it.
Yes. Are you ready? Say it. Well, this
Are you
is
ready?
chat.
Know that I don't mean it.
Jenny says, catcalls fucking never. Nerdy says, are you talking about very audible comments such as wolf whistling or slight whisper to a mate as in she's fit, isn't she? I'm talking about audible comments. Aunt Jer says, people shouldn't be commenting on anyone, it's just rude. Natty says, I wouldn't do it and don't want anyone doing it to me, even if it's polite, it's fucking creepy and I'm not interested.
yeah.
Jenny says, all you are
Touché.
beautiful comments are always sexual. I disagree with that,
No.
but I think they are.
Angels called me beautiful before.
Yeah, but that's again.
Well, that's not the exact same
you're not.
situation, is it?
It tends to be. We tend to be commenting on a stranger more than.
Yeah, strangers, like, because,
I mean, I wouldn't say half
I'm
the
sure
things I say to you to someone else.
to a
I'm
stranger.
sure Angel's friends have said some
I
things
would
about
be like,
you.
I would like to see just your
Yes.
red jacket, like anyone.
Just say.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't be in the grocery store being like, you'd look great in a flight jacket. Like, that's like strictly just Amanda's thing. Like, that's it.
All right.
And me, I like that too.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Actually, another reason I want a private conversation with Angel. I want to find out what his friends say about her.
Oh god, I've heard the shit they say about me. Okay, I've heard some of it. Also, very titty oriented as well.
Well, you know, they are like right up there in your face, literally. Like, you know, how are people not going to comment about that?
There you go.
Not agreeing with that.
Especially teenage boys, like they have one track mind.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you guys. Josh's kid his voice just started changing. He's going through puberty. It's like the most awkward thing. He grew like a foot in like a month. And he's like, I can talk like a man. It's like crazy. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, I remember when I could hear you out there, and now I can't. That's a great thing. It's wonderful. I love not hearing you, but it's also weird. It's like a weird thing.
Angel thought it was the coolest thing when he was, how you can play games on PlayStation and talk to the people you're playing with.
Oh,
That-
like on your headset.
People think he's like in his 20s and stuff all of a sudden. So it's been for a couple of years now, but when it started, he was like, everybody thinks I'm so much older because my voice is deep now.
That is so true. Like it's like a proud thing now. Like
Yeah, right?
It's like I'm a man.
Yeah.
And they
Never
act.
went through that stage where it was all cracky though. Like you know how
We didn't get that phase. Like when he did I can't say too much, but like when he did like the crackling phase, like that was like when COVID happened, so he wasn't even allowed to come here during COVID. And so it went from to you know what I mean? Like, basically like from when we saw him last to when he is now. Like it's weird.
We spent our entire childhoods trying to be an adult.
Older than me now. Like what the?
Oh yeah, Angel is.
He's not even 13. Like he's 12.
Oh yeah. When Angel got to be taller, he like as soon as he got to be as tall as me, you know, he started like kind of standing on his tippy toes and was like, haha, I'm fucking taller than you now. So he was very proud of that moment.
Yeah. You're like, God. Good for you. Give me a minute. I'm just need 5 minutes, okay?
Yeah, right.
My daughter brags about that all the time. Well, you know, I'm taller than you, Mom, by like an inch. I'm like, shut up.
Well,
That's no brag for people. Most 12-year-olds are taller than I am.
Oh, well.
You're
Touche.
5'5". Let me guess, 5'5".
I'm 5'1".
Oh, you're
Jeez.
5'1". Okay, but you're still.
Aww, Grace, all short and cute.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
One of my closest friends growing up, we were gymnasts together. She's still 4'7", so.
Mm-hmm. One of my closest friends is 4'10".
Yeah. So I was a foot taller than her when I was like 12, I think. 12 or 13.
I have a question.
Go on.
I have a question for the men along these lines. I've always kind of thought, you know, that men would enjoy this kind of thing. So if two women are standing there talking and one of them says, "Wow, look at the package on that guy," you know,
The problem is,
would a man be embarrassed?
Usually, yes, because
Really?
Yeah,
more because it's not something we're in any way taught to deal with. It's not even if it was normal. No.
You
If it
think
was- or
we're
not even
taught
normal.
to deal with random men saying to their friends, "Man,
I
can
think
see
you're
her."
more taught to deal with it. I think you're more taught to dismiss it than you
Okay.
are.
That just shows you how much
Hold on,
more
hold on. I
rude men
gotta
are
disagree
in
with you.
general than women.
Yes.
Because men are so rude that we're all taught that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And
it's
men aren't
sad.
used to it because women don't do that crap.
It's
'cause
sad
we're
that
awesome.
we have to be taught that in the first place.
Very much so. I mean, it comes
Yeah.
back to the whole fucking oh, no, I'm not going to go that way.
Yeah, don't go there.
I knew where I was
Discussion,
going, and I just don't want to go there. Right, let me do the chat. Natty says, "No, you're going to creep me out. It makes me uncomfortable no matter what, because I don't know you." Nerdy, women used to wolf whistle me, and so when people take the piss like that, no thanks. Santi, Latinas catcall in Miami, like I've been walking down the street, but they scream nice stuff like happy or on point. Don't actually know what that is. Natty, that's why I don't leave my house. Natty, I hate people. I hate anyone who admires me. I want none of it.
That reminds me-
Admiration is different than desire, though.
It is. Santi says, "Don't make me admire you, Natty. I'll do it." Sammy says, "I really admire you, Natty. I'll mute you." Right.
Did you
Candia
answer,
says,
Dan?
"I love when guys comment on me."
Did you or MathPig answer?
MathPig!
I did at the start, as equal as it is for the other sex.
That doesn't say whether or not you
That's
think it's a
not
good
an
thing or a
answer.
bad thing. That's just equating whichever way.
Yeah.
It sickens me when I see men doing it. Honestly, I work in a business where it's like a mechanics and you're standing on the street and, you know, some guys even like going to certain depots because that depot is right around the corner from the shopping centre, you know, and it personally for me, I fucking hate it. It sickens me.
If I could put like just my 2 cents into there, I have been like a bartender and a server for like almost 15 years, and my boyfriend that we've been together for like 4 years, he will come to like the bars that I'm working at and whatever, like he'll just sit there and I'll serve him some beers or whatever, but like every guy in this room is like hey, they're hitting on me or whatever it is, right? They're calling, you know, and he's just sitting there and he's like, fucking, oh my God, like his blood is fucking boiling. And then I'm like, look, we're going home. I'm $300 richer. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just shut up. Just take money and go.
And saying that, to bring it back to Granny's point, if, you know, I'm not really that I've ever experienced that, but if someone did do that, it might cheer up me, you know, might make my day, as you say, you know, it depends on the person. Like, again, if you have a group of women there, let's be completely sexist, you know, the men are saying, I'll titty fuck her and I'll do this, that, and the other to her, and the girls maybe comment on something, and then I, in my head, think that they're going to say something nice, you know, maybe he'd be a good dad, or can he do this for me? You know what I mean?
I'm sure, like, nobody catcalls you being like, that looks
But that's
like
not
you know,
that's
like,
not an equal. That's not an equal thing.
That's not what I mean.
I don't know.
No, that's not what I mean. Like, the girls would be catcalling towards the man, and then when the man walks off, they'd maybe say something nice or think a little bit deeper, because women would think a bit more deeper about men and relationships. The woman walked on up the street, the man is just looking around going, right, who's got the biggest set of tits? They don't think about it afterwards. It's purely lust more than desire, where I think a woman and a group of women would discuss it a wee bit more.
Well,
I think when you have a group of women that are objectifying men, they are just objectifying men in the same way.
Well, they're. Oh, are you kidding me? All the time. We objectify
Yes.
men all the fucking time.
This is my point. I think MathPig has a.
At least
Right, the point is, you're less likely to get them on a street corner as you are men. But when they are in a group objectifying, they're fucking way.
Like, you know, it's like, well, A, I'm not going to do that anyways, and B, it's only raping, like, if you don't consent. So anyways, B, remember how when Rev brought up the fact of, so when, so for a hypothetical situation, a man and a woman are both drinking, they're both, like, equally as hammered, and they have sex, but then it's technically rape because she didn't consent to it. But now let's go to, if she was this hammered and getting into a vehicle and she crashed the vehicle, she would be just as liable for getting a DUI. But so why did she consent to driving as opposed to consenting to not consenting to having sex? It doesn't make any sense. So if you're going to say, well, this person didn't consent to this. Well, I didn't.
Oddly enough,
drive.
this is very relevant in Canada right now, which I'm assuming you know.
Well, yeah,
because your court just struck down something that basically makes being so drunk a valid excuse for many things.
Oh no! I'm not trying to excuse anything. I'm just talking.
No, I know. But yes, you're right.
I'm honestly just speaking hypothetically because A, I've gotten a DUI and I'm still haven't gotten my license back, and that haunts me to this day. The fact that I blew like 4 times the limit and was still like even comprehensible was like, and I had my fiance at the time and my 2 dogs in the back, like whatever could have happened, not even to us, but like to somebody else. Like, you think I'll live with that every day? Oh yeah, I do. And I will never condone drinking and driving. Ever. There's no excuse for it.
No. Right, Sammy says...
Just don't have a drink.
Yes. Sammy says, no answer. My answer is no, never okay.
Yeah, never. Not even one. Like, honestly, that's my...
No, well, that's back to the comments. Not the drinking.
No, we're actually back to the actual topic.
Oh, I thought that was... Okay.
Nerdy, women and men aren't sex objects. I prefer to be treated as a person. I hate how oversexed our culture is. Don't get me started on weirdos that send dick pictures. I never understood that one. Unsolicited dick pictures.
Amanda, check your phone.
Granny!
It's really... No, wait. Let's discuss this for a second. It is super fucked up to open your Twitter and have some like message from a dude you've never met, and it's just his fucking dick. Like, why?
Okay,
why?
I can tell you why. Okay, and you're not going to like the answer. Okay, it is 100% society's fault. Okay, because some girls respond to it.
It's like a
what girls? I have never known any girl that.
Of course, you've never known any girl.
Whores? I don't know.
No, not ones that hold. Usually, very low self-esteem.
I
Right?
have the lowest
And they
self-esteem
respond,
on the
"No, you
fucking
don't.
planet.
No, you fucking don't. You really don't. You have low self-esteem, but you're not.
Look, there are women out there way worse than you, Amanda, that will not even come on a live stream like this because they think they look so horrible that they don't want to show their face at all.
The point is,
like
if
that
you are
everywhere.
beaten down so much that this tiny bit of fucking attention actually piques your interest, okay, that is society's fault. That you have got to that state that you have, right? And the problem is, there are lots of people like that. And it's just a numbers game. You just send this picture, and you've got to put so little effort into doing it, you just send it to hundreds and thousands, and you will get a response. Now, don't get me wrong, most of the responses are fuck off and die, but you've only got to get 1 in 1,000, and you're way ahead. And it's horrible.
Yeah, because not only does the woman feel good that the guy paid attention to her because her esteem's so low, he feels better about himself because that woman responded in kind.
Yeah. And the worst thing is, have you ever? I mean, Suzy might. I don't know the background. Have you ever spent any time at a club just after it's closed?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes,
you've worked.
many times.
And the guys that go around, the guys that just go from girl to girl, still in there.
I have also been on the reciprocating end of that when I was younger, and I really am like I don't know, whatever. It is what
I
it is.
came out of a club one night, a bar one night, and the town where our bar is about 4 miles from my house. And across the street was a friend that I've known. He's only literally 2 weeks older than me. I've known his little sister since she was born. And she's across the street, absolute fucking mess, drunk off her mind, short skirt, and about 4 guys, as you're saying, Dave, around her doing this, that, and the other. And I took her and we walked down to the taxi stand. I went in and got her food. And when I come back out from booking the taxi, there's another 5, 6 guys around her going, "Do you need a hand? Do you want to go home?" and all that there. I ended up walking her home, the 4 mile out the road. My battery fucking died in my phone. And even though my mother only lived maybe 600 yards up the road, there was no way I was banging on my mother's door at that time in the morning and had to walk back into Murray to get a fucking taxi to get home. But it's fucking sickening. It angered me. Like.
Oh my god.
Right, Granny answers the question.
No, it's never okay.
There we go. That was easy. Right.
Yep.
Next question. Question 827. What is the largest thing you have ever successfully blown?
Oh god.
A balloon.
What? Go on. What was that, Granny?
A balloon.
A balloon. Very good. Amanda! You've got a terrible mind.
Oh, come on. Like I'm the old... Okay.
You specifically said blown and not blown up. You know, that's...
Yeah, exactly.
The question was left open to be interpreted as the person pleases.
No, Dave probably deleted the word off before he put the question off before he put the question in.
MathPig doesn't even want to hear the answer. He's like, "Don't, please." Don't make
I don't. Whatever the answer is, it'll be broke within the next 6 months. So don't worry.
There you go.
He's modest too.
Sorry.
Very.
So modest. I'm trying to think of what it was, Dave. There was some kid's toy thing, like maybe a floaty or one of those little pools or something.
Yeah.
And we had no other way to blow it up. And we were like, I was just like, I almost passed out blowing that thing up because these kids were like, "Hurry! We want to play!" I don't remember what the hell it was. Some kind of, I think maybe a big pool floaty or something.
Thank you.
And I sat there and for like 20 minutes. God, the thing you do for kids, I tell you.
Now they have those things on those little like knobs where you have to press it in, so like your arm muscles are moving, so it's like you're blowing and like squishing at the same time.
Yeah, you have to. Like, that's how they were back then too. You had to squeeze it to open the valve.
You're like, I never knew this such a fucking detriment to camping. Like, is blowing up this fucking air mattress.
I've lost it.
That's too.
Natty says a tent. Sammy says I've blown an engine in an old Escort. Nerdy says a toy boat with sails.
I'm just gonna. I want to know what age this Escort was of Sammy's because he did not blow up a Pinto. He did not blow up a Pinto.
I blew up a '89 Escort engine. It was like my everyday car when I was like in high school.
Nerdy says I've blown fuses, but I wouldn't call that successful.
Successful in the destruction of.
Yeah, depending on which way what are you aiming for.
Manda.
Does it have to be blown all the way?
It has to be successful.
That wasn't where I was going with.
The end result successful, so I would say yes. The MathPig is like, oh my god.
Get it. You fucked up. I was.
How big was it?
Go on, spill the beans.
You're gonna give Granny a heart attack.
You're in the hot seat now, honey.
It was a fucking air mattress. It's like some of the air had been let out. Jesus Christ, these are awful. Yeah, I'm the one with the dirty mind.
Yeah. MathPig.
Probably a mattress or if a bouncy castle counts, but we used a machine for that.
No, that doesn't count. You've got to do it yourself.
Well, then a double air mattress.
It was a double. Oh god.
It was a double.
Yeah, we had to take turns. Our jaws were sore, but Manda knows about that.
Oh, I don't even.
Nerdy is now quoted. Does it have to be blown all the way, Amanda 2020?
Do I get a new shirt on now? Thank you.
That's definitely going on a t-shirt.
We really do need to stop picking Amanda. Like, I was in a random stream the other day and a guy mentioned to me, I'd love to get a chance to play Quiplash, but they're always very busy and focused on someone's box.
Yeah. It was one show.
Was that your box?
It was, every answer was Amanda's love box. So
Not every answer.
nearly
About 70%.
It was nearly every answer. You know it.
I know, MathPig got mentioned a lot.
It's a 2.5-hour stream, and 18 minutes in, it starts being Amanda's love box. It progressively, exponentially grows by the end.
To be fair, who started that?
Probably Amanda.
Strangely enough.
Ooh,
Exactly.
Natty says, I blew the main circuit breaker in my town once.
Oh, goodness.
That's impressive. Suzy,
Wow.
Yes.
what's your answer to the question?
Jason.
Jason. Can I have his phone number? Can I have his phone number?
Yeah, I keep trying to text him. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
All right then.
It didn't end there. Let's just say that. But I am gonna end it here.
You are going to end it there. As long as it was
China was broken in the process.
Moving on.
As long as it was successful, it's a valid answer.
Well, it wasn't my China, so it was successful for me.
Right. Next question.
Dave.
What?
Dave.
What? Hello?
Answer the
what
fucking
was yours?
question.
What's the biggest you've ever blown?
Oh, no idea. Probably a mattress. Possibly.
So
I think I remember doing an outdoor pool, not a paddling pool, a big fuck off one, and I think I did some of that with my mouth.
Okay, how would I did some of that with my mouth any better than what I said?
Well, because I was trying to demonstrate. Well, I tried to go. I did it manually. I couldn't work out a way of.
Yeah, no, like when you blow something up, we just assume it's with your mouth.
Oh, fair enough. I thought someone might have answered a building or something.
I mean, I don't know what you're into, but
I've made things that
kink,
are smaller than a double mattress.
What?
What? What?
I didn't hear you.
Oh no, I didn't say anything. Sorry, no, bad connection. I said I've blown things up, but smaller than a double mattress.
you're like, yeah.
You know, talk about you making fire and shit. It makes me mad.
I grew up in Northern Ireland in the.
It was tradition. They've got to blow. They get to 14 and they've got to blow something up.
We had the anarchist cookbook printed out and was handed round class, so everybody knew what they were doing. Like,
Did you ever try the one with nail varnish and a disc?
no, we did try to make thermite. That didn't work out quite well. We tried to make napalm. That worked out not so bad, but fuck me, run like mad.
I could say not so bad
I'm gonna
or
stop.
great.
Stop talking.
I'm gonna stop talking.
Blue chances. Santi, a bouncing ball.
That was you.
I used a pump. Otherwise, it doesn't
No,
get
but
solid.
you broke it. Technically blue when it popped, so.
I need to talk to Sal. I need to change my
Here,
balls.
I got a question for you guys, if you want. Let's say your house is on fire, and you can only take one thing. What is the one thing that you take?
I think Dave's already.
I was gonna say, we've already had that question.
You gave us 4 things to grab, though.
Yeah.
Not just one.
How about just one?
Actually, my answer to this is absolutely nothing because, I used to think, I used to have that all planned out until we went to a school field trip at the Survive Alive house, and they were explaining what happens in a fire and how quickly a fire spreads. They said, if you see fire, you don't grab even one thing, just get out.
Mm.
I grabbed my kid and my dog.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It got more like down to like for me that too. Like I grabbed my dog, and my cats would just find their way out. Like,
but not things. You don't grab things.
Well, B doesn't have to worry about cats. Like her cats just leave whenever they. Them in the
Already fucked off anyway.
You're muted, girl.
I did wonder whether she was before.
I said all I'd have to do is open the door and they'd just be like, peace, I'm out. Yeah. I wouldn't have to chase them.
If I had children, that's probably what they would do too. They'd be like, fuck you, I'm out.
So what would you grab? Suzy.
Sorry?
What would
Suzy?
you grab?
What would I grab? Okay, whoa, sorry. Oh, wow, I just don't. I would grab my dog, 100%. But like, if all human if all like living things could just magically find their way outside, that'd be ideal. And if that was the case, what I would grab would be my stuffed animal that I still sleep with. It's a raccoon. His name is Ricky. Because my mom gave me that when I was a baby, when I was just adopted. And since she passed, that stays with me. I don't, even like when I come to bed, like, and Josh is like sleeping, I'm like, where's Ricky? And like, he'll be like, ah, like he'll put his like fucking, his like flashlight on his phone just to put, I'd probably take Ricky 100%.
I
Other
grabbed
than-
my cell phone so I could call 911 and put the video of the house burning on YouTube, just so you know. Why not?
Show it live.
You have nothing else to do while it's burning. You're gonna stand there and watch it anyways. You might as well
Might as well get some views.
just film the fucking thing and make it more interesting.
Make a live stream, like be like, yo, you guys, my house is on fire. You want to go live in like 10 minutes?
Okay, report. Natty says her weed.
Right. You can do that from your phone now through StreamYard. So
I have this little wooden music box that Angel gave me a few years ago that plays the Game of Thrones theme, and it's really intricately carved. I told him he could bury me with it just because there's a connection between us, and it's right there, so it's right next to me anyway.
That is so cool. So it's a head.
If Leia was already out and so was Angel, it had to be a physical object. That would be probably what I'd get.
It's crazy. Like I've actually had dreams where I've been in this situation where I've lost everything, and I've actually felt real emotions in my dream, which is crazy. And I remember feeling just so depressed and distraught that I like lost everything. I was like, I'm never going to get that back. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, no, we're good. But the fact that I even was able to have emotions while I was dreaming and I remember it, like that's fucked up.
MathPig?
Sorry, drinking some milk. Well, in agreement with both Natty and Sammy, grab the pot and grab the weed, but my dog's called Pot, so I'm going to grab him.
Yeah, but he escaped on his own.
Yeah, I probably would. Can't he be out the window before me?
Aunt Jer says phone. Natty says, I love Game of Thrones and all my memorabilia, but I'm just going to need to grab the weed or I'm going to be more upset. Right, next question. Question 829. What is the one thing you wish everyone would learn about religions in general?
Religions in general?
about what?
Religions.
Oh.
Religions in general. Okay. Oh gosh.
That they're man-made.
That
That's a good answer.
indoctrinated religion is
I
contaminating their minds.
Granny just kind of hit the nail on the head there. That it's man-made. It's made because people are afraid of the unknown, so they need to have some sort of faith to think that, oh, there's like an afterlife.
Crutch.
Heaven. I mean, that obviously I'm just saying that's like my opinion.
You haven't been on many of our channels, have you?
No. This is actually the first, yeah.
Natty says that they're all fake. 9 o'clock Hero says it's not real. Sammy says that they are harmful. Santi, that is man-made. MathPig.
Everybody kind of knows they're harmful. Like, imagine if there was no religion in the world. How many wars would there not have ever been?
Oh no, there's still have been wars.
Because
Don't be under delusion. I mean, we are humans.
Fight over.
We are humans. Most religious wars were over power, territory, and resources.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
They
I'm
were
just
just
saying how many
justified.
wars, like, not that there would be zero. Obviously, like you said, we're human, and humans always will just attack before they ask questions. That's just human nature.
You've got what I want.
I mean, I like to think... Sorry?
You've got what I want. I'm going to come and take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yandir says, don't force people to believe for your sake. Aunt Jer says that they are all fairy tales. Natty says the priests are paedophiles, even the non-Catholic ones. Not convinced all of them.
It
Well,
could be any of them. Yeah.
Religion was just the excuse, yes. MathPig.
That the religion's about control.
God damn it!
See, this is why we go out, Pat. We think alike. We're perfect for each other.
Oh, my
Amanda.
God.
Amanda, a nice unique answer, please.
They're mostly run by con men, I guess.
Do you think
I mean,
the con men?
everybody else has
Do
already
you think?
answered
Do you think the con men that run
What?
them know that they're cons?
Yes. I mean, they might believe in God, but they also know that they're using their power and influence to get what they want. I mean, look at the asshole with the fucking jet.
I know.
You know,
I need
like
a
I
jet.
need another jet because
God says everyone. God said everyone needs to give me money so I can buy a jet.
Yeah,
I had a dream.
He didn't want to be with a bunch of demons. That's why he didn't want to fly coach with a bunch of demons.
No. Natty, religion was just an excuse. They will make up any excuse. Nerdy says, oil and gold, time to invade. Time to invent God, so people will let us pillage. Right.
Did you answer?
No.
Then answer.
That it's
Why
all a
is
con.
this so fucking hard for you? Do you do the shit on purpose just so I have to yell at you every goddamn time now?
Yes.
Okay.
You see, it's a good idea. Dave.
He likes it.
Yes.
It's his
I
king.
do it at the end of every single night now. I get into bed and I will not take my glasses off until she asks me. I deliberately leave them on just so she has to ask me.
You guys are assholes, you know that?
They just love you.
Maybe.
Right.
So answer, Dave.
I say, exactly. Religion is just an excuse we made up to justify taking advantage of gullible idiots.
If you're reading the chat, you're not
Shut
answering
up!
the question.
You know that I can read too.
Touche, actually.
Certainly I messed it up. I apologize.
Not figuring.
That's okay.
That's what I figured that it should be.
You're going to make milk
Oh, I
come out
seriously
my
doubt
nose.
that. I usually use a plastic cup so it loses the heat faster.
That it's a con. That it's a con, and that your parents aren't necessarily evil for indoctrinating you into it the same way you were. That they were.
Yeah. All right. I can get on board with that. Fine.
Right, second to last question today.
It's called penultimate.
Called the second to last.
Called the
Yeah.
pen.
All right. Okay, fine. The Crayon Ultimate.
Penultimate.
Crayon Ultimate.
Pen. Like you
Yeah, crayon.
write with a pen.
Like with a
pen.
crayon.
Oh,
You're right with a crayon.
You're just to wind you up, Pat. Just stop.
Question 830.
Second to last question.
Shut up. Question 830. If cats had pockets, what would you find in your cat's pockets? If you don't have a
I
cat,
don't have a cat.
assume you do.
So.
Well, I've got 4, so you can have one of mine. Just for now.
Depends on the cat. One of them could be very healthy and have nice, fresh, dead birds. The other one could be an addict and have a pocketfuls of catnip.
I was gonna say catnip. God damn it! Stop stealing my answer.
See, if you tried to answer quicker, it wouldn't happen.
Well, he didn't have to give 2 fucking answers.
Hey, do you want another answer? I'll give
Yeah,
another
go
one. Dead nice. There's another one.
I would say,
The keys
my
to the
male
front door.
cat, I would. My male cat, I would find any of my pencils or pens, because he goes and finds them and grabs them by his teeth and goes and plays with them, and then I can't find my pens for work. My female cat would definitely be the key to the door. No, any little little screws or pennies or anything small metal. She normally sticks them under the carpet. She'll pick up the edge of the throw rug and stick it underneath there, and I'll step on it. I'll be like, what the hell is that? Oh, there's my screws I was looking for. So I think she would have that stuff in hers.
Yeah, fair enough. Natty says, so you know those plastic red circles on the milk cartons? You'd find like dozens of those in them. Centipede spiders, lol, catnip pieces of cardboard. What the hell are cats
can
like? I've never
opener.
had a cat. A can opener? What the
A
fuck?
can opener for the tuna.
It sounds like there's a story with that one.
Just that when I was growing up,
Can opener.
whenever we fed our cat
Daisy.
canned food, and anytime the cat heard the can opener, the cat would go run to the kitchen. Yes, even if it wasn't cat food, just the sound of the can opener, and he'd be running to the kitchen. And so, yeah, I definitely think the cat would want a can opener.
Right.
Natty says rubber bands, yarn. Aunt Jer says green beans. Suzy.
Well, I've got 3 cats. My littlest cat, Tiki,
What?
she would
Wait,
be
you had 4
boarding-
cats 10 minutes ago. What happened?
No. I have personally 3 cats. One of them, and I have 4. The other one is my boyfriend's cat, who is just a bitch, and she just sits back there and yells at everybody. But so my littlest girl cat, you would find all the food ever in the world that you could find in all of her pouches. She's a tiny ass cat, but she's fucking huge. Like. She is a potato. Salem, you would find all the bottle caps, all the tabs for beers. You'd find all the plastic that's on the floor. He hoards that because he chews it, but he doesn't eat it, but he chews it.
Yeah.
Todd, he doesn't need anything. He just, if he's got cuddles, he's happy. He will never put anything in his little pouches. He'll just come cuddle right up to you.
So you would be in his pouch.
He'd also hoard like a laser beam to kill my dog because they're in a food forever feud. Like my dog can't go near Todd, and vice versa. It's very hectic in the household usually, especially around feeding time because Coda wants to attack all the cats, and they're trying to eat. And they're not happy when they're hungry. And so I'm always petrified that like they're gonna scratch his eyes out because that's where the cat's like first instinct is to like go for the eyes. And I'm like, fuck, if they scratch like his eyes out, like I don't know what the fuck I would do,
That escalated quickly from something that would be in a cat's pouch to trying to murder your dog.
Oh, I know, really, right? Like that's how cats are. Sad.
MathPig.
Answer.
I was
My
the first
answer.
person, and I said 3 answers. If I give another answer, Manda will stab me.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You did. I apologize.
Manda did not give an answer. MathPig gave 2, and Manda didn't give it. So Manda.
I'm still going with catnip, so I don't care that Robbie said it. So.
But Natty's
My
made
answer.
up for you. Yandir says catweed. Natty says tinfoil. Santi says dead
There's
things. Yeah. They are adorable little murdering asshats. Sammy says, my cat would have a baggie of weed in his cute little cat pockets. Natty says, plastic bag. Natty says, peanut butter cracker wrappers. Yes, a laser pointer, yes.
Yeah. That's actually very accurate. Or tuna fish cans.
Ugh.
Cat carrying
shrimp
chlorophyll.
tail.
Say again?
Sorry.
Go on.
I was gonna say shrimp tails is very good for cats and dogs. While you're having shrimp, you just take off the tails, feed it to your cats and dogs. It's actually good for them. Just the tails.
Fair enough.
Dave.
I mean,
What?
they lick their own buttholes. That's fucking caviar. You know what I mean?
I think if a cat lived anywhere near me, it'd need a switchblade in its pocket.
Oh, so you're not a cat fan then?
No. It's not that I'm not a cat fan. I'm net about cats, but I think the dogs should try and eat it.
Oh, it's kind of the opposite in my household. The cats try to eat the dog. No, but I'm not even that's actually a thing for real. I mean, there's 3, my 3, and then the other Josh's cat is declawed for some reason. I don't know. Callie's previous owners declawed her, and then Josh got her, and so she can't defend herself, which is why she's so on edge, like, all the time. And I even tell my cats, I'm like, get the fuck away from her. She can't even go get water. She can't even eat her food without all the cats, like, being up all in her fucking grill. So I don't know. I just feel bad.
Poor thing.
I know, and I've told Josh, like, you know what? I love Callie, but all she does is sit on top of the furnace. That's her life. She just sits there. She can't even come drink water, so I have to bring water to her. And I'm like, if you just let her get adopted by somebody who can actually give her like a good life, like she's like a cuddly cat, but she just does not get along with my cats or the dog. And I'm like, some old like lady will take her and treat her like a fucking baby for whatever life she's got left. Like, and he's like, well, that's the, you know, whatever. We're not gonna get into that, but yeah, it's the whole thing. But he's like,
moving on.
Moving on.
And there says cats eat their owner.
Right.
Natty
sorry,
says
my
my cat is a switchblade. Natty says he kicked the shit out of a possum, so a dog is nothing to him.
There are cats like that, though, actually, for real.
Right, next question. Last question.
Yep.
Question 831. There are two paths ahead of you. One is protected by a badger. One by a kangaroo. Which would you rather fight your way past?
What type of badger, and is the kangaroo in a good mood?
Neither of them are in a good mood. And from the distance, you can't tell what type of badger.
Well, I'm going to have to fight it, so I'll have to get closer.
And can you identify a type of badger? How is your badger identification skills?
If it's bad-tempered badger, I'm going with the badger.
It is not bad-tempered badger.
Kangaroo could
He's civilized.
Friends, and then I could sit on its back and like.
No, you can't become friends. He's gonna either one of you is gonna kill you. If you try.
No,
and
you
pass.
didn't say that. You were adding shit to the
I
question.
said, which one would you rather fight your way past? They want to stop you.
But I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm gonna make friends with a kangaroo.
It's not gonna happen. You'll be lying dead at his feet.
Like, both of them want to fight you. Like,
yes.
This thing that you're going to have to come across is not in a good mood, and let's just say it was a mother and they had babies right there, and you were trying to cross. Who would you rather cross, the kangaroo or the badger? Let's say it was a honey badger.
That's what I was alluding.
I'd say it's a bad-tempered badger.
No, he's civilized most of the time.
He's civilized.
He would just hide in his hole. He wouldn't be any competition.
He'd got pistols and swords. He'd be competition. Antjer says badger. Ike says badger. Natty says kangaroo. Nerdy says the badger. I just bring some Star Wars videos to distract him. Tony says kangaroo. Natty says bigger and easier to shoot. You don't have a gun. Ike says a kangaroo can literally shatter your heart with a kick. The badger is the least shitty choice. Have you seen
Definitely
a honey badger?
Sammy
says. Sammy says roo species vary in size and aggressiveness. Dave, how big? How angry? 6.5 foot tall. Really pissed off.
Badger.
Santi says kangaroo. I feel like I have a superior chance against it. Like he will box you. A badger will destroy you. 9 o'clock hero says badgers are easier to jump on. Yandia says badger. I need to ask it a question. Ike says honey badgers aren't actually badgers, so they're moot consideration. They look like badgers, therefore they're badgers for the. You can't tell particularly well. You just come upon them. Santi says, mention Disney and sneak away during his rant. Natty, fine, I will make one out of a sling with rocks. Sammy says, then the badger. There you go. A qualified Australian says the badger.
How does one become a qualified Australian? Do you go to NASA to get your paperwork?
Yes, you've got to take a qualification and then start getting your paycheck.
Fuck off.
Manda.
I mean, the badger is gonna rip you to shreds, whereas the kangaroo's just gonna hit you. So,
They hit very hard, a lot.
Yes.
I know, but still.
I mean, the badger, you might be able to come away with just putting your fucking arm in its mouth. And it'll mangle your arm, but the rest of you survive. And you can batter it against a rock.
But why do you ask me the questions if you're just going to give me what I should be answering?
Exactly.
No, I'd go with the kangaroo. But I just want you to appreciate...
You argue with me, but you fucking agree with me.
I just want you to appreciate the full aspect of your choice.
I do.
Natty says, badgers will maul your eyes out.
Yeah.
Natty says, I'm shooting the kangaroo. It's the last thing I do. Santi says, I want the rocket scientist answer.
I gave
No,
my
he's giving
answer.
Say again? What are you going?
I
You're
said
going
I
badger.
gave my answer.
Badger.
I said raccoon, or not raccoon.
Raccoon?
Kangaroo.
Beth.
I didn't even know raccoon was in the question.
It's not. Beth.
Oh, I already
Kangaroo.
said badger.
You're going badger.
Screw those kangaroos, man.
Granny.
They're too big.
Definitely the badger. Yeah, the kangaroo is bigger than I am.
Well, the kangaroo is bigger than all of us.
Kangaroo.
Well,
again?
I think I'd have a better chance of running away from the badger, too.
Go back, get
I
MathPig.
think if you had a big stick, you could hit the badger and injure him enough. If you hit a kangaroo with a big stick or something, it would just tear your
Make
ass
them
up.
angrier?
So,
Right.
Did anybody see the
Yes.
video of the dude who was boxing with the kangaroo because the kangaroo got his dog?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the kangaroo has his dog, and then he's like, "Hey, come on!" And his this dog's neck is pretty much basically torn off, and the guy punches the kangaroo so hard in the head, and the kangaroo just was with his arms up. His face was like, "What the fuck just happened?" You can see the guy fucking punched the kangaroo straight up in that face, he was literally boxing with this fucking kangaroo.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, to get
I
it
would not. I mean, I
would've
really
done
love
the
that
same
dog.
thing If it was my dog, I would have.
I would kill the kangaroo.
If it was my dog.
There you go. Sammy says that he's NASA verified.
I think he's talking about the Velcro because he said he lived upside down, and I asked him if the Velcro was good.
Fair enough. Suzy, which would you fight?
I would rather fight the kangaroo than the badger because I can see the kangaroo while I fight it, as opposed to the badger who can sneak everywhere, come up on my back. I wouldn't even fucking, and just start scratching.
I in my head now, I have an image of what you're picturing.
If it were to scratch out my face, then yeah, okay, you can fight something so long, but when you don't have your face or your eyes, that's it, you're done.
Wow.
You might as
That
well
got
just.
dark.
Oh, he asked me a question, and I was just trying to justify my
Yeah,
answer.
no, I'm just saying. It scratched my
I
face.
mean,
Ow.
I'm not a dark person. I'm just saying
No, you're
and I'm not I think about this every day.
She's going into training so she can take it on.
Not every day.
Yeah, totally. I was right on that. You were like, what? And I was like, badger. I mean, not kangaroo, whatever the fuck I said.
MathPig.
He answered.
3 fucking times. You want me to answer again?
Yes,
2.5
I've forgotten.
at least.
What was your answer?
You see,
You want the
I know
raccoon?
what you're doing, right? You're looking at me and looking at me, looking down, and then you're seeing man. You're like, I'm going to catch Robbie off guard. But you're looking like a dick because you keep asking me, and I've answered twice. Moving on.
I don't remember what you answered. What did you answer?
I said kangaroo.
Why?
Because I'm going to make friends with it now. I'm going to just
You can't make friends with it.
Really? We already had this conversation 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
We need to change his name from Critical Cripple to Senile Dave.
That's not his name tomorrow.
Yeah.
Aunt Cher says, I feel I could get close enough to the badger to shove my arm down its throat. I wouldn't even be able to get close enough to a kangaroo to do it any damage. How pissed off?
You put your hand down a badger's throat, though. I mean, like
I think you could try.
I mean, of course you could try, but it usually doesn't end up very successful.
Oh, there we go. Natty says, wrestle the badger down, tie it to a stick with razor wire, then charge the kangaroo with it. A rabid badger on a stick.
Are we premeditating some shit now? Because like,
Yeah.
if I had weapons and stuff that I like knew I was gonna come across a kangaroo, I would be totally ready for it. Like if I had like a night to think about it and like get all my weapons and stuff. Like
A
if
gun.
I could put razor wire like around a bat, of course I would do that. But if it was just like normal in the wild and we had a confrontation, unfortunately, yeah, I would.
Yeah, I think that's what we were assuming, is that we are unarmed.
Yes, you're unarmed.
Right.
It wouldn't be ideal.
I mean, you've got
to fight a
arms,
kangaroo,
but-
obviously. But I wouldn't want to fuck with a badger, though. You know, I wouldn't want to fuck with both of them, quite frankly. Actually,
No, that's the point. Sammy, has anyone tried to ride a kangaroo? Someone must have tried to ride a kangaroo.
I'm sure at some point. You know those Aussies.
I'm sure they weren't Aussies then.
Fortunately.
Aunt Cher says, it's already gone to be mauling my arm, so just lean into it and make it regret its life choices. And again, Natty, she's really adamant we'd have a gun if we were going out in the wilderness. We're not out in the wilderness.
Where
Sammy
are you
says-
that you're going to find a badger and a kangaroo then?
Your
if you're
back
not in
garden.
the wilderness.
They're at your front gate trying to stop you get out.
they're selling star maps in LA.
Sammy says, I've seen flat kangaroos on the side of the road every day. Nerdy says, I think kangaroos should be ridden, Dave, given their bounciness. Exactly!
But if I remember correctly, though, so I'm in Canada and like they're like really pests, so we go hunt them. But kangaroos are very similar down there, aren't they? 'Cause,
Okay.
they're just like a wild animal that's like overpopulated and.
Right, can I ask a question of all of you? Does anyone else read sarcasm into what Sammy just said? No, Dave. No one has
Yes.
ever tried to ride a kangaroo. Unfortunately, that's a myth.
Yes.
It's impossible. Do we think Sammy's tried to ride a kangaroo?
If so, then I would love to hear about it.
Well, that's the
Right.
idea. I'm going to become friends with it and then use it as a mode of transport and ride. Not use it like Sammy would, but use it as a mode of transport.
Excuse me, how would Sammy use it? What exactly are you saying about Sammy?
Exactly what you're thinking, and usually do most nights before you go to bed, you bad, bad man.
Sammy is lovely! Stop being mean about Sammy!
Sammy
Right.
screwed his own hand earlier, he said that in the chat.
He did what?
Right.
Exactly.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go.
We have a show to get ready for. Come on.
Okay, Nerdy says it does seem like Sammy is speaking with the voice of experience.
We fucking get
Shut up!
Oh, you do.
Right! I say
Tell
thank
me
you.
to shut up.
Yes! I've got to move on! I've been told I've got to move on! I don't want the mad woman shouting at me again.
I'm the mad woman now.
You are when you're shouting at me. Go on, honey.
I'll go with that.
Oh, I just was gonna say I thought he said bad, not mad.
Not too.
Right, I'm going to say thank you to B. Thank you to Manda. Thank you to Suzy.
Thank you.
Thank you to Godless Granny. And thank you to Twisted Firestarter.
Just Twisted Firestarter wants to point out Dark Matter Dave has Dark Matter 2525 on in just under 7 hours. So everybody make sure to check
Wait. The Dark Matter.
Like a lamp or something. Like.
Wait. The Dark Matter.
Suzy.
The Dark Matter 2525 that does not go on anybody's channel and has not for a very is decided
hell?
to come on Manda's channel tonight, 10 o'clock UK, 5 Eastern Standard. Nobody is gonna want to miss this.
Fuck, it's Saturday.
And she thinks she's not beautiful and brilliant. Right. Okay.
What pictures did you have to send him?
And just to
the
point out,
flight
right,
jacket one was
just
enough.
to point out, he reached out to her to come on to the show. She didn't reach out to him. He asked to come on to the show.
Bloody hell.
That's awesome, Amanda. I'm definitely gonna be there.
Hell of a compliment.
Thank you.
Yes. Does anyone else have anything this weekend?
I've got Cynthia McDonald. Is it okay to say tomorrow? Is it Saturday yet?
Yes, you could plan fucking say tomorrow.
I have Cynthia McDonald tomorrow at 10 o'clock, 5 Eastern. She will be on my channel, and we're going to chat about what she does. And that should be a very good conversation.
Yeah, she's amazing. You guys definitely should check that out.
Is that the Cynthia that you had on?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay.
What, Granny?
I released a video yesterday that features an interview with Robin, and it needs views.
It was a good interview.
Somebody throw that in the chat before we leave for Granny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I could have the link, that'd be awesome.
Give me a second, I'll get that.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, Granny. I did see it on there.
The
though.
log in Avery's eye. That's the one that Dark Matter has a copyright claim on. I've tried to work out getting permission for that. If not, I'm gonna have to dispute it for fair use. It's a very small clip of his that I used.
There you go. Links in the chat.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Someone wants a link to Manda's channel as well.
Right, I'll do that now. Give me a second.
I would, but I got something else in the clipboard that I'm about to shill. Right, Tatty Bogle has got his first ever live stream in 45 minutes.
Who?
Tatty Bogle. He's one of the shills.
Oh, okay.
Can we maybe put that link in the chat also then?
Yes, I put that link in the chat. That was what was in my clipboard. It's the reason I wasn't chasing the other ones. On that note, I'm going to say thank you to everyone.
First live stream tonight?
Tatty, yes.
Oh!
45 minutes.
In 45 minutes, right?
Yes. 45 minutes. 45 minutes!
Nobody's going to be able to
thank you,
understand
Dave.
the goddamn thing he says.
No, I know. He's Scottish. Right. I'm going to say thank you to everyone for coming. Shut up. Thank you to everyone for coming. I will see you on Monday at the unbelievably early time of normal. Right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.